Paimon, please no. I can't do this again. I can't do this again! Ah, protect that smile! Aether, you good, my dude?
Paimon remembers everything!
Oh shit, let's go!
Good. You adapted quickly this time.
At the end of last night...
We definitely took off our Akasha terminals last night, but we still heard that beep. Why is that?
We feel that severing our connections with them.
But now we can at least confirm one thing. The Akasha definitely has something to do with whatever's trapping us in this cycle.
Yeah, I figured that much.
Oh, Paimon doesn't get it. Why would the Akasha go this far if all it wants is everybody's wisdom? It's extremely difficult for lab rats in an experiment to understand why they're being treated the way they are.
Damn.
If we're lab rats, then what are you? Nahida, you've never told us anything about yourself.
Thank you, Paimon. Asking the real questions here. I've actually was wondering when she was gonna mention it.
I guess I'm the moon.
It's your fault! My freaking divination! It said illusion and lies, that's all you are! It's your fault this is happening.
The moon? Wasn't that the result of our
Yeah,
divination?
yeah, there it is.
Anyway, knowing who I am won't help you get closer to the truth, so you should focus on other things. Don't get distracted and miss any clues.
AKA, I'm actually really important, and I'm the person you want to talk to. I'm the reason why you're here, but I'm not gonna tell you until the very end.
Okay then. Dia helped us a lot yesterday, so let's go find her. If Paimon's reading the time correctly, those kidnappers should be showing up soon.
How many times we gotta teach you this lesson, old man? Oh, that's cool!
Ah, there you are. I've already taken care of those kidnappers. My lady, did you get hurt?
Hold on, something's not right. Why'd you look at me and say my lady?
Dia?
What's wrong? Why are you both gawking at me like that?
You didn't get scratched this time! Wait, you fucking broke out of it! What happened?
You didn't get hurt this time.
What do you mean this time?
Huh? What do you mean this time?
Yeah, I know.
Why are you so surprised that I managed to get out unscathed? Those kids were amateurs.
Aren't you still getting used to your new claymore?
Shh! How did you know about my greatsword? I haven't told anyone about it. Please, don't tell Miss Dunyarzad.
So Dia's lost her memories after all.
Did anything feel strange?
Anything strange? You already know that I got a new greatsword. If I had to say something, it's weird how such a new weapon could feel so familiar.
Did they give you the knowledge to figure out how to use it properly?
It's as if I've already used it to fight a countless number of battles.
You know what this reminds me of? Like what she's mentioning right now? This kind of reminds me of like the bleeding effect in Assassin's Creed. As you go through the memories of your ancestors, you start developing those skills in the real world, like for your actual person. That would actually be really practical, like a practical use to give someone a loop experience to learn something without any time really passing. That'd be interesting. I just don't know if that's like a good thing or a bad thing, especially since it has a lot of mental fatigue. I could see that maybe being an experimental situation.
You're saying that although you don't remember using it, your body feels like it does?
Yeah.
That's right. Both mercenaries and warriors heavily rely on muscle memory. Only knowing the theory of battle won't get you anywhere.
Traveler, what do you think?
It could be because we removed our Akasha system, terminals. This has never happened before?
Yeah. Paimon's feeling really hopeful.
Is it possible that we have already broken free?
Oh, you're right. Earlier in the Samsara, something like this would have never happened.
We'll know for sure at the end of the day.
I have no clue what you two are talking about, but it's still dangerous here, so...
So you want us to take Dunyarzad somewhere else to rest while you check if there are still more kidnappers around, right?
Okay, Paimon, you can stop repeating yourself, even if this is a loop.
How did you know what I was gonna say? Can you read minds?
Forget it. Go and do your thing.
Transition? I like this. Thank you for not wasting my time, Hoyoverse. I appreciate it. The first 3 times, I get it. We kind of needed it for the context of the situation, but I'm so happy I don't have to do it again.
Nighttime. Aside from Dia not getting injured, everything seems to have stayed the same. Listen, Nahida, we found out that Dia got out just fine today, even though she got injured every other time she fought the kidnappers. Do you think the Samsara has been broken? Have we saved Dunyarzad?
I feel like I didn't really do anything. We just took our Akasha systems off.
Really? Good job on all that progress. Get some good sleep tonight.
You'll need it for tomorrow.
Hey, what kind of an answer is that?
I know. She's like, I'm not gonna give you the answer.
Tomorrow will come. Everyone assumes this is common knowledge, but the only way you can know that for sure is if you experience tomorrow.
Alright, you didn't need to get all philosophical and serious with me.
How many todays has it been? Is it possible that today will be followed by yesterday? Does tomorrow truly exist as anything beyond a made-up concept?
What is today but yesterday's tomorrow?
It's even possible that this entire world is a lie. And the history of the whole world has just been one endless Sabzerus festival.
Yeah, calling that shit right now, dude. Like, the sky's fake, Celestia are a bunch of aliens, the earth is flat, we're living in a dome.
Okay, no more. Paimon's brain is already shut down. That's why it makes no sense to waste your energy thinking about things you will learn tomorrow. Get some good rest. You know, use the bathroom and flush your anxiety dookie away.
What?
Huh? Hold on, what did you just say? Did Paimon hear you correctly?
Nani the fuck?
Huh? People always say they feel a sense of relief after they take a duk-duk. That's why I suggested you could try that. Is that so strange?
Everybody poops, ladies and gentlemen. It's okay.
It's so strange and so against common sense that Paimon's at a loss for words. You were sounding kind of smart just a minute ago.
We're going to get some rest now.
Yeah. Even though it's happy and lively at the Sabzerus festival every day, it feels like it's been a long time since we've really gotten to relax. Let's go back to our room.
She's basically like, yeah, go take a shit, you'll feel better. I'm like, what do you want me to do with that information? Like, what? My god, this fucking beeping!
Continue the harvest. Compared to what we stand to achieve, these sacrifices are trivial.
What the fuck? Sacrifices? Harvest? Bro, are you guys...
We're still in the same day.
I feel like I have, like, a tumor now or something. Like, the beeping is just, like, the ringing in my head from, like, the fucking cancer that I'm gaining from this goddamn Akasha system.
Nahida, you already knew last night that we didn't break out of the Samsara? Why did you tell us?
Because I don't give answers.
Would there have been a point? You would have spent the night with new worries, with tomorrow still out of reach. In that case, you might as well rest within that brief moment of hope. An opportunity like that doesn't come by often, and I thought it might help you clear your minds.
She's like, I hope you took that poop, you're gonna need it.
Paimon thought the Duke did that! Whatever. Guess you were looking out for us after all.
Alright, when Paimon says it, she actually sounds dumb. Like a three-head.
Of course. In the time we've been together, you two have been everything to me.
Aw. Well, I mean, this isn't the first time you've encountered us either. I'm surprised the Traveler doesn't recognize her voice from Golden Apple.
Paimon's flattered and everything, but maybe you're taking things a little fast. What I mean is, even though I had asked you to solve this puzzle, you two are still the only ones who can see me and sense my presence.
She's not even here then, that's right. Dude, we must look like we're fucking crazy. We might actually look like lunatics to the avid. Thank God we're in a loop right now.
In other words, if you weren't here, I may as well not exist. That's why you two have been everything to me. Get it?
So, like, how is she communicating with us? Where is she? Is she in the shrine still? I wish I could know what they're going for. Like, this is probably, like, the first Archon quest, and I'm just like, I genuinely have no idea what they're going with the Irminsul tree, Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, and Lesser Lord Kusanali, and is this a real version? Is this really her? Is she actually communicating? Is this an illusion? Am I going crazy? Is Rukkhadevata and Kusanali one and the same? Are they actually two different different entities. I'm just like, bro, I need answers.
Nahida's talking about confusing stuff again.
And we still haven't gotten Dottore or anything like that involved either.
Anyway, that's enough chit-chat. So, Traveler, did the new clues yesterday help you gain a new understanding of the situation?
The time loop theory is indeed incorrect.
Huh? Why are you scrapping your previous theory?
Dia's fighting skills have been improving. Dunyaza's illness is still getting worse, which implies that time is still passing.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I said that earlier.
Gosh, how did we not notice that? In a simple time loop, people's physical conditions should also reset. So, what's your new hypothesis?
Mercenaries rely heavily on muscle memory, and Dia was able to use her experiences to avoid injury in later Samsara cycles.
Akasha sound.
The beep is a prompt tone for Akasha operations. We still hear it every night, even though we removed our Akasha terminals.
Associate bodily memories. Sound? These are two new things. Memories are deleted every day.
If all our memories of a day are erased at the end of that day, then we would unwittingly relive the same day again and again.
We aren't in a time loop. Instead, our memories are being erased at the end of each day. Ah, that would make sense.
Oh, then the beep we hear every night could just be indicating the deletion of our memories.
What do they get out of this? Like, they're doing something. They said that they're harvesting and that they have sacrifices. So, like, some people are dying from this. Like, their fatigue is pushing them to the brink.
That's why when we wake up, everyone thinks the Sabzerus festival hasn't happened yet. It's already the next day, but everyone still thinks it's the day before.
Because it's like we're in a little bubble then. Like, a month has gone by in Mondstadt, in Inazuma, in Liyue. Sumeru's very much a bubble where it's like, yeah, we're still waiting for the Sabzerus festival, by the way. And they just refuse to fucking celebrate it.
But muscle memory can't be erased.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Dia has been getting better at using her greatsword. Now everything makes sense.
That is true.
A brilliant deduction. Nahida, tell us if we're right or wrong.
No can do.
To put it simply, it's as if you've mistaken a pyro crystal fly for a firefly in the night. You lost sight of its true nature because you focused too much on your perception that it glows.
I love these analogies.
That isn't simple at all!
Still the wrong conclusion, huh?
Why don't you go talk to Miss Dia again? You might learn something new. Right! She did help us find our latest clue after all. Let's go!
So we're on the right track, but we are conflating some things. Dia's the key to this now, it seems.
There you are. Really took me a while to find you.
As expected, Dia also didn't get hurt today.
Get hurt? Why would I? Don't underestimate me.
Well, you're still getting used to your new greatsword.
Yeah?
Huh. Truth be told, I also think it's pretty strange. It just suddenly felt so familiar in my hands and... Wait a second! How did you know I got a new greatsword to begin with? I didn't tell anyone about it.
Come on, Paimon, you keep blowing your cover.
Traveler, could you explain the situation to her today? Paimon's gotten a little sick of doing it.
Oh my god, it's almost like Hoyoverse is aware that Paimon repeats everything for us. We don't exactly need to explain everything. Let's just get to the point. You suddenly became proficient with your greatsword because we've lived through the same day many times already, and our memories of the day are erased at night.
What happened to you guys while I was gone? Did you get brainwashed by some cult?
Don't think too hard about it. Just take what we're saying at face value.
Wait, but then does that then mean that it's affecting the Grand Sage too? Because he's doing the same shit over and over again. So if it were the sages, why would the Grand Sage himself succumb to that effect?
All right then, let me get this straight. You're telling me that my body's already gotten used to this greatsword, but my brain just doesn't remember it?
Yes, your memory's being erased every day.
Then I'd have to disagree. That's impossible.
Oh? Why do you think that?
If we've actually been reliving the Sabzerus festival day after day, then what happened to the things we used? The money we spent, the food we ate?
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh my god, I didn't know how deep they were gonna take it.
Common sense says my wallet should have emptied itself a long time ago. There's no way I wouldn't have noticed that.
What is happening? I thought it was our memories were resetting, but like now with that logic, that kind of breaks what we previously thought. I guess Nahida was right. We weren't on the right track. If if the sages are behind this, if they utilize the entire city's resources as well as information supplied by the Akasha.
Right! They could use the Akasha to record what everyone did that day, and then use the city's resources to replenish everything!
I guess, but like, in a single night?
It's not very likely, but it's also not impossible.
No, it is impossible. I've got proof.
You have proof? Where?
My fucking baked statement, lady.
You two are surprisingly serious about this nonsensical discussion. Fine, I'll play along for a little longer. Come with me, Miss Dunyarzad. Please come along as well. I still can't guarantee that this area is safe.
Paimon can't believe it's Dia who wants to show us something this time. 2 days ago, we were the ones taking her to see Dunyarzad.
Now she's gonna take us to Dunyarzad. It's like, you think this is fake? I feel like Dia just hijacked this Archon quest, not gonna lie. This is a very interesting turn of events. If I walk up this fucking street again, I'm gonna be so angry.
This is it.
Oh, so does she make different markings every time?
Huh? This is a wooden training dummy. What about it?
See those marks on the dummy? Those are the result of several days' worth of practice.
Okay.
Let's say the sages didn't replace it every day. Shouldn't it be hacked to pieces by now?
Do you do it every day on this day?
That's true, but what if they did?
That would be annoying. I feel bad for whoever's job that is then.
Then the sages would have had to reproduce every mark I left during previous training sessions.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a professional fighter. My martial school has always emphasized the importance of refined control. The force, angle, and entry point of each strike is calculated and deliberate. That's why I remember every mark on the dummy, as well as my state of mind as I made each strike.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's just as they say. Each swordsman has their own unique style, and even the same swordsman can't make the same cut twice. It would be impossible to copy these marks.
Is it really impossible?
Oh,
What if they used some
Paimon.
fancy machine to carve every single mark?
Yes, it's not impossible, but that shit is not happening every day.
People often say that a camera's photo can never replace an artist's painting because the former has no spirit to it. The same thing applies here. At a mere glance, I can differentiate carved marks from the results of combat training.
That makes sense. It seems that we'll have to abandon this theory.
I hope that cleared things up for you. Hey, is this that new brain-exercise game that's been super popular with the scholars lately? It's surprisingly fun.
Please don't make that an event, Hoyoverse. I don't need a brain teaser minigame.
Anyway, it's getting late. I should escort Miss Dunyarzad to Nilu's stage. See you later.
Another Sabzerus festival failed.
Well, back to square one. Is our memory deletion theory also wrong? But at least we've reached some other conclusions in the meantime.
We're not in the real world. That's a huge leap.
Yep, that's true. So, can we think of any new ideas right now?
Let me think. I suddenly realized that something is strange.
Strange? Paimon feels like everything's been strange lately.
How come we've never thought about leaving the city? That is true too, because like I don't know if it's within the region or if it's just the city, because the city is where the Akasha system is its strongest, or the most responsive.
Leaving the city? You're right! It's really strange how we never thought of such a simple solution. Many things should become clear if we can confirm the flow of time outside of the city.
Yeah, like go to Mondstadt and see if it's happening there.
Paimon can't believe it! Did we miss this because we're tunnel visioning too hard on our other theories? Or because we're just too tired?
Nilu did say that we were thinking about a pyrocrystal fly instead of a firefly because of how brightly it glows. So we probably did get tunnel visioned. It is really strange. We should have thought of it a long time ago.
How about we go back and ask Nahida? Maybe we've forgotten something about leaving the city.
I thought the deletion theory was true because I was like, well, then that must mean Mondstadt and Liyue and Inazuma and all these other places are functioning at a normal flow. But like, if the deletion theory isn't true, then like, how does this fare for the rest of the world?
Nahida, we're back!
You're back early today. Did you find something new?
Sort of. We're mostly sure now that we're not in a time loop. And we also aren't in the real world. But at the same time, we have a new question.
She's not going to tell us though. What would happen if we try to leave the city?
Leaving the city. As far as I remember, you've mentioned your plans to do that twice before.
Oh, so it didn't work.
We did? But we don't remember anything. What happened after we talked about those plans? What did we say when we got back?
Let me think. I don't think you ever actually told me what the outcome was. Oh, it's probably more accurate to say that both times you never came back the whole night.
Oh dear, what the fuck happened to us?
But you two sometimes stay out the entire night anyway, so at the time, I didn't think too much about it.
Were we off the grid?
It is true that sometimes we lose track of time during our investigations. Before we know it, it'll already be the next day. But still, neither of us remember anything about leaving town.
Because we've been through so many loops that it's all meshing together.
Really? That's kinda strange. In theory, I should have already awakened all your memories.
This may be the key.
Yep, something here's definitely fishy. Let's get to the bottom of this tomorrow.
Another Sabzerus festival, another beep, another commentary? No, okay.
Our memories are back!
Let's try and leave the city today. It's like once we find out a theory is false, it basically stops happening. We realized that it wasn't a loop and then the loop stopped. And then we realized that it wasn't the memories and then we got our memories back. Is discovering the truth undoing everything?
About that. Well, where should Paimon begin?
What do you mean?
Traveler, aside from your memories that were just restored, I have another message for you.
Another message from who?
Listen to it and you'll understand.
We in a flashback sequence? What's going on here? We just tinted the backgrounds.
Can't go back. There are countless spaces here. Our Sabzerus festival in Sumeru City is just one of them.
Countless spaces. This is my own voice.
Traveler, you should be missing 2 days worth of memories. Paimon will fill you in.
That's impossible. Aether doesn't talk. That's a fake. 2 days ago. Bruh.
It's time to carry out our plan from yesterday.
Let's go and try. Oh my god, wait a minute. 2 days just passed?
Okay, let's go.
Oh my god, this is actually kind of scary. Bro, they can do so many flashback quests, I'm telling you.
Why can't we leave the city? What is the academia up to now?
Don't ask me. It's not like I can tell you anything. This is a direct order from the Grand Sage. Just wait until tomorrow.
But tomorrow will never come.
I have a real emergency. My goods have already arrived at Port Ormos. If I don't hurry, they'll be stolen.
That's your problem. Make sure you make a request in advance next time.
Bruh.
But it's not like you can just predict business matters in advance.
An asshole. Why can't we leave? I can do whatever I want. I'm the traveler.
It looks like the academia already announced a lockdown for Sumeru City today. How completely unsurprising.
Yeah, I know, right? How convenient.
Let's go and question them. Hello, sir. Why can't we leave the city today?
Here we go again. Don't ask me. I don't know either. We just received an order that no one is allowed to enter or exit Sumeru today. They didn't tell us anything else.
Enter or exit. So it's like a fucking controlled experiment. Of course the academia wouldn't share their plans with a pawn.
Angering me won't get you anywhere. If I had that kind of insider info, I would have left this stupid post long ago.
Gotta give it to the guy. He has his resolve.
Like he really doesn't know. If we can't get anything out of him, let's take matters into our own hands.
Let's fucking do it.
Why don't we climb over the walls? Those guards can't be everywhere at once. This is a good spot, and the guard hasn't noticed us at all. Let's hurry!
Bro, we're gonna get, like, deleted if we leave the city. And then they have to, like, reboot us, and that's why it took 2 days. Paimon, stay here.
Huh? Why?
Oh.
Are you going to leave Paimon behind?
That's why Paimon remembers the events and we don't, maybe. Leaving the city might trigger disruptions in our memory. We need someone to stay and witness events from our side, from this side.
But what if things get really weird out there and you get into some trouble?
Aww.
Then Paimon won't be able to help you.
I'm sorry, Paimon, but you rarely help me in those situations. I almost died to the withering earlier, you know? I really love how much they show Paimon cares and depends on the traveler.
Oh, Paimon knows that Paimon can't do much, but we've always been together. Haven't we?
Don't worry, Paimon. If we leave together, we'll just be the same as before.
Okay. Paimon will wait for you.
I guarantee you she lost her shit when something happened for 2 days.
Promise Paimon that you'll come back as soon as possible. Just a quick look.
Oh god. Okay.
And please,
Be careful.
Yeah, I can't promise that.
Memories!
Let's try and leave the city today.
Traveler!
I've been gone forever. What's wrong, Paimon?
Paimon would never see you again. You just disappeared. Paimon waited for you for hours and hours in the city wall, and you never came back. You promised Paimon that you were only taking a quick look.
This is so fucking scary. What did I promise?
Paimon, calm down. He's here now. I don't think he understood what you were saying. Paimon doesn't care. Paimon wanted to go look for you, but you also said that Paimon should stay. Paimon was so worried and so scared the entire day.
Damn, I'm sorry. Although I don't remember doing any of this, still sorry, Paimon. I won't leave you behind.
Okay. Paimon will forgive you. The most important thing is that you didn't actually disappear.
What happened to me?
Paimon was so scared that you had gone into another world.
Bro, what is happening?
Okay. Paimon, can you tell us your perspective of what really happened
Bro,
yesterday?
please tell me I'm not the only one who was this confused, like befuddled from everything that was happened. I hope this is what I'm supposed to be feeling because I'm just like so lost. Amon describes your plans from yesterday.
I see. Using two people's different perspectives.
But it seems like Aether doesn't remember what happened. He just like disappeared and then he reappeared.
After that, you left the city. Paimon kept her eyes on you the whole time, but then you disappeared in an instant.
You sure that's what you saw? You weren't zoning out or anything. Dude, I literally just dematerialized.
No way! Paimon was watching you with the fullest attention.
Nobody in, nobody out.
What's your perspective, Traveler? You sure you don't have any memory of this?
I don't even know that yesterday existed.
I guess that explains everything. You also lost your memories the last 2 times you tried to leave the city.
Wow.
Those days' memories can't be awoken. So, if we leave the city, our memories will be completely erased?
It's not one thing, it's another. If our memories aren't being erased at the end of the night, they're being erased if we leave the city. So they didn't just restrict access to Sumeru City, they're also erasing the memories of those who leave. We live in such a wonderful utopia that we're not gonna share our graces and gifts with the world. And if you have those gifts and graces, you're not allowed to go anywhere else either.
It really sounds like something big outside of the city is being hidden on purpose. But this way, we'll also never discover what's outside.
If our memories will be erased, can we leave behind something other than memories?
Something like a message? But how can we send it back? Don't look at me like that. I'm not used to being stared at.
Nahida's an anomaly here. She doesn't seem to be affected by any of this.
Well, okay. You want something that can pass on messages, right? Give me some time and take care of Dunyarzad for me. Yep, now we're talking.
Let's go, finally. Transition! You'll love to see it. Oh. Okay, let's just transition. We're not phasing out of existence again, I hope. Oh no, that's the moon!
I'm done. Here you go. What? Isn't this just an Akasha terminal?
Custom made, maybe.
I made some little changes. Akasha terminals are already capable of sending messages. I just tweaked it so that it could connect to any node. To make something like this? Nahida, you really know the Akasha like the back of your hand.
Yeah.
Anyway, we can use this now to record a message, right? Yep. I'll help you save the messages. It should be pretty easy to use. I just can't guarantee the user's status and signal coverage when they're outside the city.
Okay.
We'll never know until we try. At least we're taking the initiative now.
It's worth a try.
Let's go then. Let's expose those sages.
I still think you should stay. Oh, I don't think that's gonna happen.
All right.
Oh, okay, good.
Paimon isn't as worried about being separated since it happened once yesterday. But Paimon still isn't happy about it.
Alright, see you tomorrow, Paimon. I see her like a year from now.
Okay. See you tomorrow, Traveler.
Tomorrow for sure.
That covers everything that's happened so far.
So, that message was what I left for myself when I left the city?
Yes. Although the signal was choppy and had some interference, we still managed to receive 2 messages from you when you were outside.
Okay, now that you understand what's going on, let's hear the messages together.
Oh god. Aether, please.
Can't go back. There are countless spaces here. Our Sabzerus festival in Sumeru City is just one of them. I've entered another space. Before me are flowing sandstone and howling fish. Impossible and surreal sights. All these spaces are empty except for the occasional ones that contain mute puppets rather than people. I can't sense any human presence.
What the fuck?
That's one heck of an info dump. It sounds like you left the Sumeru City space when you set foot outside of the walls. But everything looked completely normal when Paimon was looking out from the inside. That's unbelievable. And if we take your word for it, the other spaces all had very weird contents.
What is happening?
There's another part here. We only received it last night.
Oh, okay.
These spaces have been disappearing one after the other, absorbed by something like a sun in the sky.
That can't be good.
And now, even the final space has also disappeared. Behind me, a lot of spaces just appeared again from thin air. I get it now. Those spaces are actually...
Oh, fuck me, dude.
Why did the message end right there? What did the traveler want to say? What are those spaces?
Probably because yesterday just happened to end at that moment.
Oh, right. Paimon did hear a beep from the Akasha. Did it come from here or from the message?
The message. It should have come from the Traveler's Akasha terminal.
After the beep, Traveler said even the final spaces also disappeared.
Traveler, what do you think that final space could have been?
Spaces without human presence, the real world, the space where we were yesterday.
All the bizarre spaces I saw outside the city had one thing in common. A lack of human presence. Was that space actually the real world? But wouldn't a real space just randomly disappearing like that be catastrophic? My impression is that each day in this samsara only ends at the sound of that beep from the Akasha.
I think it's that one.
Oh, so that's what it is! After the sound of the beep, the final space, the Sabzerus festival, also disappears, and we're taken to the next day. Later on, Traveler also mentioned a bunch of new spaces materializing behind them. Do lots of new spaces appear every day?
What is this?
Paimon's head is spinning. Just what are these spaces anyhow?
We're buying up server space, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, consider this. For all the horrors of the Archon War, at its heart, it was just a game where a bunch of gods fought over 7 seats.
But when you say it like that...
So no matter how strange or spooky things may look on the surface, maybe all they point to in the end is a small and simple secret.
Wow, the Archon War, huh? That's an analogy and a half.
A secret, huh? Give me some time. I need to organize my thoughts.
Hey, where are you going?
Just gonna leave Paimon like that? Damn, you people are shells of your former selves. None of y'all know what's going on.
Want some alone time to think? All right then, Paimon won't disturb you.
That sun looks awfully, ominous. All these sun and moon references, god damn it.
The dance of Sabzerus is about to begin. I'm going to go watch it.
It's that time already now, isn't it?
Okay. Why don't you go ahead, Dunyarzad? We still have some other stuff to do first.
Bro, it's been like over a week in game. Like, I feel like we've gone through like a week's worth of time in the game.
Okay then. See you later.
Yeah. Oh, see, the puppet. Like, random just fucking puppets walking around.
Have you figured it out yet, Traveler? Time is ticking away.
I think I know the answer now.
Awesome, what is it? Paimon wants to know. Oh, wait, no. Let's meet up with Nahida first. You can tell us both together. This time, we're gonna get to the truth.
Bro, you really did not just make me walk all the way from Nahida to this bench to say 2 things to the fake Dunyarzad to now walk all the fucking way back to Nahida. This is actually kind of annoying. Yes, I'm familiar with my surroundings. I know how to get to the bazaar. Sheesh.
You're back. I've been waiting forever for you two. Judging by the looks on your faces,
Yeah, I'm sick of this loop nonsense.
are you ready to take your Sabzerus exam and graduate from the festival?
Ask away, Miss Nahida. I really hope I know what's going on.
Okay. First off, have you discovered the hidden truth?
Let's see.
All the bizarre spaces I saw outside the city had one thing in common. A lack of human presence.
Dreams with no human presence. Okay, hold on, let's try this one.
Those spaces remind me of... dreams. Like the one I had in the Avidia Forest. Except these have no sign of human presence.
People from Sumeru don't dream?
People in Sumeru don't dream. What a strange phenomenon.
People from Sumeru don't dream, and dreams have no human presence. So the truth behind dreams is...
We are all in a dream. It isn't that the people of Sumeru don't dream. Rather, the Akasha is taking their dreams from them.
Didn't I say that earlier? If the Akasha gives us knowledge, it could be siphoning our dreams, too.
People in Sumeru think they don't dream, but the truth is the Akasha steals their dreams without them knowing it.
What the fuck?
And those spaces with no human presence are stolen dreams without their host. That would explain why they sounded so weird when he was trying to describe them.
Why are they doing this?
Huh. So people in Sumeru do dream after all.
Wow.
In fact, we're all in one big dream together right now.
So are they taking all of our individual dreams and creating a dreamscape for us to just live in? Is that what's happening?
Correct answer. Now, how did you conclude that the Akasha is capable of this?
Because it's connected to our brain.
The Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to operate.
Okay, I don't want to hear that dialogue again.
It is the manifestation of the God of Wisdom's power.
Let's come back around full circle. First it was Nahida that said it, and then Paimon said it, and then Dia said it, and then Aether said it, and now it's back to Nahida saying it. Fuck off, man.
It compiles the wisdom of the entire populace, and it grants knowledge to the people.
Oh, okay. Those dream-controlling creatures in the forest also get their power from the Dendro Archon, right? That would explain why the Akasha has the ability to control people's dreams, too.
Dream-controlling creatures? Are they talking about the forest spirits? I haven't talked to them yet. I don't know anything about the little spirit dudes yet, so I didn't know that.
But is stealing everyone's dreams really how the Akasha compiles their wisdom? Isn't there anything more to it than that?
Yeah, I guess Apasia did mention it too.
Dreams are fantastical, complex, and full of imagination. People's brains are the most active when they're dreaming.
True, REM sleep.
In other words, dreams are rich bundles of human wisdom.
It's weird that the land of wisdom is stealing that from them.
So in other words, the complete opposite of how Hypatia understood it. Paimon remembers her saying that the sages think dreams are foolish delusions.
Yeah.
And the fact that no one dreams is a blessing from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. So it was all a dirty trick?
These sages want to play God.
The real story is that the sages from the academia are using the Akasha to steal people's dreams for their own use, huh?
Yeah, and they don't intend to stop there. Yeah, because there are people dying from it seems, from what those little commentaries were mentioning.
Oh? By the sounds of it, you understand the current situation pretty well. So then, what about the Samsara?
Grand Sage's speech?
The Grand Sage said, "Go celebrate the birth of..." Those spaces kept disappearing before my eyes. But as soon as that beep sounded, many more spaces materialized.
Now we have the appearance and disappearance of dreams.
Those dreamscapes kept vanishing. But as soon as that beep sounded, more new spaces appeared.
Old people's dreams are out and then other people's dreams are coming in? I think it's the Samsara. Yeah. Mass production of dreams.
Correct. The Akasha is keeping each person's brain in a constant dream state, but also separating their consciousness from their own dream. Their disembodied consciousness is placed inside the collective dream of the Sabzerus festival along with everyone else's, while their now vacant dreams are harvested by the Akasha.
That's what they meant by harvesting.
No one is any the wiser as another day passes in the dream, and so begins another Samsara cycle.
What are they trying to achieve with all these dream harvests?
People wake up to yet another dream about the Sabzerus festival. The dreams that belong to them are once again harvested by the Akasha. And so it continues.
Until the person dies of fatigue, apparently.
So, this is like a dream factory, and the Akasha is a dream harvesting machine. Did Paimon get that analogy right?
No wonder the academia created the Akasha system. They want a legacy to surpass. They want a legacy of their own, it seems.
Very good, Paimon. Using analogies well is an excellent habit to get into.
What did Dainsleif mention? Dainsleif mentions that, like, the oasis of knowledge is really a desert of ignorance, and, like, there's acts of folly going about, but the Dendro Archon just lets it happen. You know, she doesn't tell people what to do or anything. They're lost in their ignorance, and maybe that will keep them from, you know, because I mentioned before, like, each region has, like, their own parameters, like, their safety precautions from Celestia, right? Mondstadt's living free. They don't go poking around. They don't ask questions. Liyue's busy being business people and things of that nature. Inazuma is living in their own sheltered eternity. Nothing will ever change. Nothing will ever go out of the norm. And then if this region, if people are so, like, caught up in dreaming and, like, seeking knowledge and wisdom, then maybe that will keep them ignorant, and that's a good thing.
Okay, so that beep we keep hearing is actually from our real-life Akasha terminals. Taking off our terminals in this dream doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Alright, last question. Who am I?
The Dendro Archon. Ah, come on.
They say that alchemical divination is the Dendro Archon's divine revelation. So then, if Nahida has referred to herself as the moon...
Yeah, then that means she's the Dendro Archon. Or...
Now that I think about it, wasn't illusions a hint that we're all dreaming?
But Nahida seems to be, like, exempt from all of this.
Now that I think about it, wasn't illusions hinting at the sage's deception of Sumeru's people?
So you noticed.
You are Lesser Lord Kusanali.
I thought that one would be the hardest question. That's why I put it last.
Finally! Nice to meet you.
That wasn't hard at all. Even Paimon guessed
Yeah,
that.
okay, Paimon.
Everything about you is different. We just didn't want to expose you is all.
Mm-hmm.
Now that you mention it, Nahida, you've been hinting to us since the very beginning.
Golden apple.
It's funny. Thinking back to when we were asking all over the place for info about Lesser Lord Kusanali. Paimon didn't expect to meet you like this.
I have a lot of questions for you, but it doesn't seem like a good time.
Yes, those can wait until we're back in real life.
Alright, so we're chilling in a dream, confirmed.
On the other hand, I'd be happy to answer any more questions you have about here and now.
Oh my god, really? Just like that? Holy shit. Why didn't you simply tell us the truth? Well, because because number one, that would shorten the length of this Archon quest by a significant amount. Number two, it wouldn't be as entertaining and it wouldn't be as satisfying. I actually came to some of those conclusions. I was like, oh, they're shipping in new dreams and shipping out old ones. And I also mentioned that, like, the Akasha system was siphoning the dream. So I was coming to the conclusions, but I didn't think of a dream at all. I guess I'll be able to go through all of them. So why didn't you simply tell us the truth?
You asked me this question before. My answer was, it would literally blow your minds. Now that you know this is all a dream, this answer should hopefully make more sense. Have you heard the saying, don't wake a sleepwalker? Likewise, if someone suddenly had told you all this instead of you learning it on your own,
But a shock to your system.
your notion of reality and dream would be thrown into irreversible confusion. I couldn't expose you to that kind of risk.
Appreciate it.
That's why I could only give you very subtle hints and some suggestions. Long story short, I'm really sorry I had to keep you guessing.
Honestly, the biggest atrocity of this all was making me walk up and down that fucking street constantly for like 2 hours. How do the sages manage to keep the people from noticing this?
Firstly, this dream we're in is completely based on reality. People have already experienced this Sabzerus festival, so it would be very difficult for them to find anything that strikes them as surreal. Secondly, you're probably wondering why people don't have any memories from earlier Samsara, right? That's because people don't remember their dreams most of the time anyway.
That's true.
And in any case, their actual dreams are being taken away from them by the Akasha.
What's crazy too is that statistically you have a lot of dreams. You have more than like one dream in a night. I forgot what the number is, but you have like dozens of dreams in a night. And like the fact that they're siphoning all of that, they're getting a lot of people's dreams for very little.
So whenever they wake up in this dream of the Sabzerus festival, they don't remember anything from their previous identical dream.
That makes sense.
That reminds Paimon. Traveler had a dream when we were in the Avidia forest, but couldn't see what it was about after waking up. Is that an example of what you mean?
Yes. Only after receiving the blessing of Dendril can a person gain the Dendril element's dream-enhancing power. That explains the feelings of deja vu.
I wonder if this will come in handy post-Sumeru now.
Meanwhile, everyone else has no idea that they are in the Sabzerus festival Samsara, while their dreams are stolen from them over and over again.
All right, about the side effects of the mass-produced dream. So, obviously, mental fatigue.
Can humans really keep dreaming forever like this? Will it ever end?
No.
And if so, when?
It's like the equivalent of, like, if you never sleep, you can die from not sleeping. Likewise, I assume you can die from sleeping too much like that.
We might say your mental fatigue has already answered this question. Eventually, there's only so much that people can tolerate, especially those whose health is compromised to begin with, like Dunyarzad.
And Kali.
This relentless exploitation takes an even harder toll on them.
People's lives are at stake here, and nobody knows a thing! We've got to put a stop to this!
They even mentioned, too, that there were some sacrifices that they don't care as long as they harvest as much as they can. But it's like, what is the raw material return on harvesting dreams? Like, you must be getting something out of that. Why is the dream about the Sabzerus festival? Because it'll never happen, and that's what the academia wants.
I know, right? Why did they have to base this dream on my birthday?
Aww.
Could it really just be a coincidence?
No, I'm sorry, sweetie. They don't like you very much.
Even you don't know the reason? Wow. Now that's strange.
The academia sages are determined to harvest lots of dreams in a short time, no matter the cost. They have to be up to no good. Unfortunately, I don't know anything about it. Traveler, do you have any information?
Okay, I'm gonna say the Grand Sage's speech.
Celebrate the birth of that god? Could it mean?
Alright, I think these are all, yeah, I don't have any more questions.
Deceiving the people of Sumeru with no regard for their safety. No matter what they're trying to do, this is unforgivable. After we end the Sabzerus festival Samsara, we have to look into them.
What a great birthday gift for the birthday girl. It's like, let's save your region.
How can the sages of the academia do this behind their archon's back? This is ridiculous!
In the end, I'm just the moon. The real sun is long gone.
Greater Lord Ruka Devado.
A sun and a moon? Nahida's talking in riddles
No!
again.
I don't want to see those two words together. God damn it. Paimon's gonna get us all killed. I swear to God, dude. Paimon's literally gonna get us killed. Oh, fuck, it's happening again.
Oh, we're out of time today.
I gotta walk down that fucking street. I hate it.
I'll tell you how to break free of the Samsara tomorrow. See you then.
Yeah, of course, tomorrow. Watch, you're not gonna be here. Good God. Okay, she's here.
Good morning, Nahida. Wait. Now that Paimon remembers everything, should we instead say good morning, Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Hey, keep that under wraps, okay?
Hey, what's wrong, Nahida? You don't look too good.
Where is Dunyarzad?
I'm afraid that what you're thinking right now is correct.
What?
Did Dunyarzad already disappear? No way. Are we too late?
The real Dunyarzad's consciousness has indeed disappeared.
Bruh.
It can no longer endure the constant dream harvesting.
There's no fucking way they just killed this girl. Aether is big fucking mad right now, dude. Bro, that's such bull. We literally had to wait. We could have done something right then and there. We didn't have to go to sleep. I'm pissed.
Paimon can't believe it. Wait, so what about that other Dunyarzad? Just what is she? Is she also going to disappear?
She's a fucking empty husk of a freaking dream.
She's actually something like a puppet, but not completely. The real Dunyarzad's consciousness could no longer keep playing her role in this dream, so another Dunyarzad appeared to replace her in the dream. Just like the grass and the trees, that Dunyarzad is just a building block of the dream that helps to keep it going.
So the dream literally replaces you once you know. So it's like, who gives a shit, you know?
But Personality-wise, she's nothing like the real Dunyarzad.
She doesn't need to be. It's just filling that role.
Puppets are stiff and can't copy a living person's vitality. After all, they're just there as filler.
I hope Scaramouche didn't just hear that. Scaramouche is gonna be pissed if we say that to him.
You know, speaking of which, the old Dunyarzad might not have been too different from a puppet.
Dunyarzad truly believed that she met you within her consciousness, and it was you who inspired her. So you do remember her after all.
Yeah.
Yes. Back then, her family was overly protective of her. No one cared about her personality or thoughts. It was as if she only lived to stall her Elazar.
Yeah.
I just gave her a little wisdom so she could look at life in a new way. So that she could be her own person. But even so, she's still...
It still meant a lot to her.
Far from it. I'm still a long way off from being a real Archon.
These fucking sages, man. They could do so much to uplift their Archon, and they're just like, sucks to be a kid. I don't have kids of my own. I don't want to raise a child. Yeah, this is what this is all about. It's about filling the shoes, big expectations, and feeling like you're not good enough.
I couldn't even save her. If I were a competent Archon, I wouldn't have let my most faithful follower die at the Sabzerus festival with so many regrets.
Please don't beat yourself up over it, Nahida. It's the sage's fault, and theirs alone.
And that sucks too, because those sages were brought up, or rather, those sages' teachings were brought up by the Archon that came before her. So you would think that they would want, like, what's best for the successor, but, like, when their heads are that big and they're that elitist and they're that arrogant to think that they could run shit without their Archon, then it's kind of like, you know, they're a lost cause as well.
I'm not beating myself up. All I did was to rationally observe the distance between myself and a real Archon.
Don't be like that, Nahida. Even real Archons are still allowed to be sad.
To prevent more tragedies like this, we must end the Samsara as soon as possible.
Great, but how do we do that?
We're busting out of this joint.
Although the Sabzerus Festival dream is under the Akasha's control, only humans can dream. Even the Akasha is unable to create them. That means this dream belongs to a host who created it.
Huh? So, how should we find that person?
Well, if this is someone's dream, then everything here must come from deep within their consciousness.
Alright, so let's look around and find out the fundamentals of who this dream could be.
Which means, with the power of imagination, they can change anything in this dream.
Imagination.
Imagination? What do you mean by that?
Imagination means breaking through what you perceive as normal.
Hell yeah, dude. Literally, we're busting out of this joint. I'm telling you.
Like when the server at the tavern brings a plate to you, you'd naturally assume that food is on it.
And then it's just a bunch of money.
However, if you're the dream's host and you become aware that you're dreaming, when you imagine gold and more on the plate...
Bro, this is my dream. Hoyoverse based this Archon quest on my psyche. Fuck, I need to wake up. I'm supposed to be streaming right now.
The dream will respond in kind, and the server really will bring you gold and mora.
And then you'd bite into the gold and it's just cake.
But right now, our host is unaware that this is a dream. No matter how many times they're served, it will always be food.
Okay, so we find the host, then what?
Find some way to make that person realize that they're dreaming.
Pinch them.
Usually, once that happens, the person will wake up and the dream samsara will be broken.
I was gonna say it's Dunyazad's dream, but like, if she's gone, then it's like, can it really be her dream after all?
How are we going to find them, though? If it could be anyone, it'd be like looking for a needle in a haystack. And even if we did find them, how are we supposed to make them realize they're dreaming?
You pinch them.
After all, like you said, don't wake a sleepwalker.
So it's almost like a lucid dream. You basically have to convince them that they're dreaming, and then their dreams become lucid, and then they're like, oh shit, I can do anything. All right, I'll wake up.
It's extremely difficult, yes. But the only ones who can do it are you two. Remember, everything you've achieved up to this point has all been for the sake of finding the host and ending the samsara. As for me, during this time, I'll be out of town.
Out of town? I thought we can't leave.
Out of town? Are you going to that place full of dreams where the traveler went?
I mean, she's the Archon. She can do whatever the hell she wants.
Yes. I want to try something. There must still be a small wisp of possibility.
We bring back Dunyazard, please?
Hurry and go. Dreams are supposed to be fantastical, romantic, and full of pleasant surprises.
Aww.
Unnecessary things like this, Samsara, need to end.
Let's fucking go! Do your thing, Nahida. I believe in you, girl.
Paimon's still a little upset that we've come this far, only for Dunyarzad to...
Don't talk like that. There could be hope.
She was such a good person, with such a simple wish. But fate was against her.
Just feel so demoralized.
Yeah. Saving Dunyarzad is what kept us going this whole time. But we mustn't lose hope, Traveler. Dunyarzad would definitely want to see us save everyone else. So let's break the Samsara for her sake. Paimon's wondering, do you think the sages would get one of their own to be the host of this stream? Feels like it would be easier to control it that way, no?
I was thinking that initially too, because I was thinking maybe it is the Grand Sage. What a dream for him to go down to the freaking Sabzerus festival and tell him to fuck off, you know? Knowing the plan, they'd probably become aware that they were dreaming. An unsuspected host would be less likely to realize it as a dream, yeah.
Huh. That's true. Plus, the sages probably weren't counting on there being other factors beyond their control, like Nahida and us.
True.
So, who do you think the host of the dream is?
The Knight of Flowers? Really? Ferris, the Knight of Flowers?
Oh, that would make sense. Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, is a symbol of the whole Sabzerus festival, right?
Interesting.
Pretty core character.
I mean, he seems pretty in character through and through. He was built for this.
Let's go ask him some questions, shall we?
I'm gonna have to walk down this street again, aren't I? I would much rather fucking scale the tree itself than take this path. Y'all really made us walk this path like 20 times in the last, like, 3 hours.
You're back. You left in a hurry last time. Is everything okay?
I wish it was, sir.
Everything's fine, just, it's a little hard to explain. Would you mind taking part in a little experiment with us?
An experiment? That came out of nowhere. I'm listening, though. What do you need me to do?
Could you make a wish?
Imagine your wish coming true before... Oh, so if you can think it, you can do it because it's his dream.
You want me to make a wish? Is that a new Sabzerus festival tradition or something?
Less questions, more wishing!
Okay. My wish. Okay. I'm a little nervous saying this out loud, but I want Miss Dunyarzad to be happy.
Oh, sir. What a wish, bro. I wish for 1,000,000 more. I wish to get all my 5 stars on a single 10 pull. I wish you wished for something else.
I noticed earlier that she looked a bit down, and she wasn't really talking to anyone. She just doesn't seem like herself. She's always so gentle and kind, and all the kids love her.
What if by wishing that the puppet Dunyazad was happy, that would invoke human emotions, which would create a new form of consciousness that would allow Dunyazad to come back? That'd be crazy.
I've also wondered if the reason she asked me to be Ferris Knight of Flowers is because I'm special to her, or something.
So, you have a crush on Dunyarzad?
Oh, sir. Hey!
Oh, is it that obvious? After what I just said, I guess it is. When she placed the hat of the Knight of Flowers onto my head, she said to me, I want everyone to have a happy Sabzerus festival. What she didn't realize was that I'm not that interested in how everyone else feels. In that moment, I just wanted to be her Knight of Flowers for the rest of my life. 50 years? 100 years? I'll serve her till the end of time.
Oh, boy.
Okay, yeah, that was a bit much. Felt like the right moment to get it off my chest, but that was pretty embarrassing. Okay, I'm ready to make my wish. I would like Miss Dunyarzad to appear in front of me right now with a smile on her face. Here goes.
Oh my god, is this man gonna save her?
Please come true.
Aw, please come true.
I'm gonna open my eyes. Oh, you're...
What?
Fucky? Sorry, but only 1 portion of Yelda candies per person. Back home you go.
This random kid. Also, did I hear that name right? I think that... What are these pronunciations, Hoyoverse? I understand that the client tells the actor how to act, but like, really?
Nice try, you two. Anyway, never mind. I don't need to see her appear right in front of me. As long as she's happy.
Maybe it's one of the kids' dreams.
Guess he isn't the host of this dream after all. Should have expected it wouldn't be this easy. It seems like everyone who knows Dunyarzad loves her. But none of them has any idea that she...
My lady, step back.
That sounds like Dia! Oh, right. This is when Dunyarzad bumps into the kidnappers.
Oh my god, again. I'll teach them a lesson they'll never forget. Oh, damn.
But Dia can handle them. Hey, Traveler!
Traveler's taking his frustration out. I would almost say it's Dia's dream, but like, I don't know. She seems as susceptible, but maybe she wouldn't realize it.
Oh, it's you. Great timing. Please take...
Take Dunyarzad and leave.
Hey, this is my job. The homie Yannis pay me, not you.
You're wasting your breath. Get out of here.
You... fine, all right. Knock yourself out. Why are you so worked up anyway? It's not like I don't trust your fighting skills.
So you got yourself some backup.
Hey, there's like no witnesses. Finally, some
I rolled a
fighting.
crit. Allow me.
Here! Germinate! Enshroud!
Traveler, were you just taking your anger out on those guys?
Yeah, what of it? They're just puppets. They won't feel a thing. I'm angry at myself.
You and Nahida both. Dunyarzad wouldn't want to see you two like this. Oh, and speaking of her, Paimon just remembered something. Remember how during the first Sabzerus festival, before the Samsara started, we came here with Dunyarzad because she wanted to pick something up? She said it was because she had forgotten something.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that.
Okay, so Paimon's memory is working so far. Anyway, Paimon also remembers that she is staying somewhere around here. She pointed it out to us the night before the Sabzerus festival.
Maybe we should check out what the item is.
Yeah, even if it's only a tiny clue, it'll probably still help us more than this needle in a haystack search.
All right, let's peep.
This is the place. It's rude to enter other people's spaces without permission, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Hey, the windows are unlocked.
Really?
Okay, Paimon's gonna take a peek inside.
A nice little summer breeze. Paimon enters the room and returns a while later carrying something.
This was only a temporary residence, so there was pretty much nothing inside except this book on the table. Should we open it?
Oh, wow. Oh, it's a big letter. Okay. An elegantly written note. After almost 16 days, I was finally able to get these notes written before the Sabzerus festival. After the festival ends, you and Paimon will probably continue your journey immediately, so I was hoping I'd be able to give this to you before that. This is a compilation of folk legends concerning Lesser Lord Kusanali, created from a series of interviews that I conducted in succession and wrote down. I interviewed so many people, but I'm afraid that there were very few who knew much about her. Still, I hope that this will be of use to you in your search for her. Oh, we found her already. Gandharvaville's water supply was once contaminated, forcing everyone to go very far out to get water. But one day, people suddenly found that water was drinkable again, and some said that a green light had been seen near the water's source the previous night. Everyone believes that it was the divine power of Lesser Lord Kusanali at work. This sounds quite possible. The decontamination of water sources via natural means probably takes ages. Did Lesser Lord Kusanali appear at Gandharvaville then? After Mama passed away, I was super afraid of the dark and couldn't sleep. Dude, everyone's dying in this freaking quest, man. But from one day on, I would hear a voice that would chat with me until I fell asleep. A nice lady told me that Lesser Lord Kusanali must have been watching over me. Poor child, I hope that the Sabzerus festival makes him a little happier. This is quite similar to something I experienced back then as well. She is indeed a gentle god. There was this one time when I had a wee bit too much to drink and couldn't find my way home to save my life. Then when I turned a corner, I could have sworn I saw Lesser Lord Kusanali. She was very tall. Yeah, very tall. She was very tall and had the most muscular arms, and she caught me when I slipped and fell. The next morning, I found myself sleeping under a tree. I reckon that it must have been her looking out for me. Not sure this one is of much value as a reference. That was probably a tree, right? These folk records appended with Dunyarzad's references and opinions leave every page densely packed.
Wow. Dunyarzad wrote all of this.
Wow.
Sounds like she was always thinking of us even while we were away.
And she was trying to help us out for when we left.
Even though she was also busy preparing for the Sabzerus festival and had all her health problems to worry about. She must have wanted to give this to us as a gift on the day of the Sabzerus festival, right? If we hadn't found this book, we never would have known. But now that we know, we can't even thank her. Hey! Where are you off to now?
Ooh. Like the music. Catherine, things are not looking good here in Sumeru. I'm just saying. Whoa! Is that the false one? Is that the puppet one? I'll feel better if I say this out loud. Thank you.
Traveler, you must be exhausted. Come to think of it, we've been stuck in this place for a really, really long time. Heck, even the last time we were chatting happily with Dunyarzad feels like an eternity ago.
Why are you doing this, game? This is not right. They're really, like, twisting the knife now. We were supposed to protect that smile, chat.
Paimon still remembers when we were sitting here, and the way her eyes sparkled when she talked about Nilu's dance of Sabzerus.
I can barely recall it now.
There will always be frustrations in life, but I know that the point of living is not to leave behind any regrets.
Whoa! Whoa, hold on! Nani, the fuck?
That was what the real Dunyarzad said, wasn't it? Does that mean...
Yo, is that her?
Yes, Traveler. What is it?
Oh, so she's still just a puppet.
No way.
But just now, how come...
Not leave behind any regrets.
What? Where are we going this time?
To watch the Sabzerus festival. Yo, fuck you, Grand Sage. Get out of here. Let's fucking do this. I'm surprised we didn't see Nilu at all after the first Samsara sequence. At least the first one that we experienced, but I thought we'd see her a lot more. Hey, fuck out of here, you old boomer-ass bitch.
If you continue to resist, we will have to order an investigation into every single event organizer.
Well, how about you investigate these nuts? We're doing this festival without you.
The Grand Sage has already granted you much leniency. I advise that you exercise tact.
How did things turn out like this?
Don't worry, we got you, fam. Hello there. Nilu, it's all good. Whoa!
Traveler? You don't have to get involved. He's a sage from the academia. I don't want to drag you into this.
Ethan just blows his ass away with with his animo vision.
Traveler.
Wait, you know me?
Traveler? What the heck are you doing? If you get arrested by the academia, that's another day gone to waste.
Uh-oh, another day, you say? They're on to something. Hello?
Wait, they're not reacting. Have they been scared stiff?
Just like I thought. Wait, they're puppets too? Bruh, I've been duped by puppets this whole fucking time. I could have just schmooved on in and done whatever I wanted.
Oh, of course. If this is the sage's plan, they wouldn't put themselves through this.
We should have rebelled when we had the chance.
So they're just substitutes.
God damn it.
What is this? What happened to the Grand Sage and his entourage?
Hold on. What's up with these flowers? Oh shit.
Like I said, they symbolize the goddess of flowers.
Real, yeah.
It's just a shame that all the real Padisaras went extinct after her death.
Wait a minute.
Yes. The Greater Lord brought forth new Padisaras in memory of the goddess of flowers.
Wait, are those OG
She
Padisaras?
ultimately could never truly replicate that beautiful shade of purple.
Hold the phone.
That beautiful shade of purple. Aren't these flowers real Padisaras?
Yeah.
Just like the ones from the legend? I didn't even notice. Dunyarzad, did you find these?
But didn't you just say all the real flowers went extinct after the goddess of flowers passed away?
Yeah.
So, how?
Where did these come from, eh? Nilu?
Yeah. What's going on here?
Nilu's the one dreaming, it seems. Because she would dream of those Padisaras actually being there. Imagine that the Grand Sage and his entourage are not here in front of you.
You guys are acting weird. But okay, I'll try.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad they saved the best for last, my queen. Oh shit.
Hey!
Rise and shine! And they're gone. Let's go.
So Nilu's the host. What a surprise!
How interesting. They hosted the person that affects the Sabzerus festival the most.
Purple body Saras don't exist in the real world anymore. But in Nilu's subconscious, they can appear as decorations on the stage.
What a subtle fucking change from Act 1 to Act 2. I'm actually really shocked that I noticed that.
It's just like the example Nahida told us. People assume there will be food on a plate, and Nilu assumed there would be real Patisaras in the flower pots. So when you saw the flowers, you instantly knew it was Nilu?
Correct.
But if we want to end the Samsara, we need the host to become aware that they're dreaming.
She just like dematerialized two people. What more proof do you need?
How should we make Nilu realize that?
Am I dreaming?
There you go. We got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. How did you come to that conclusion?
So I'm right. Is this Lesser Lord Kusanali responding to our celebration of the Sabzerus festival?
No, to some Akasha fuckery.
Wrong guess, but you aren't completely wrong either. The point is, what made you think this is a dream?
It's too good to be true.
As far as you know, people in Sumeru don't dream, right?
All of the evidence would suggest otherwise.
Yeah, but have you heard the tale of the first sage? To prevent a calamity, he went on a journey to find the Dendroarchon.
Ooh, the first sage.
Ooh, sounds familiar. Dunyarzad told us a story like that when we first arrived in Sumeru City. So it was about the first sage, huh?
She didn't go into detail.
Yep, but in the part you heard, he hadn't become the first sage yet. There's more to the story.
Yo, give me the tasty lore.
His piety and wisdom were acknowledged by the Dendroarchon, and she finally gave her blessing to him. All kinds of spectacular scenes appeared in front of the first sage.
Whoa.
As if all the knowledge in the world was being painted onto a canvas right before him. He was captivated. After who knows how long, he mastered all the knowledge he could comprehend.
Holy fuck, actual 10-head. He's actually galaxy brain.
Afterward, he said to the Dendroarchon, I miss my parents, my wife, and my children. I've been away from home for far too long. They must be worried. The Dendroarchon smiled. The next second, the sage found himself lying in his bed, as if he had just woken up from a dream. His wife, lying next to him, said, You're off to search for the Dendroarchon today, aren't you?
Oh, wow.
Have a safe journey, my love.
He was in his own dreamscape.
In the end, the first sage took care of many disasters in Sumeru City and founded the Academia.
Yeah.
What a happy ending.
This man's rolling in his fucking grave now. Look at it. Look what it's become.
So, the first sage was dreaming ever since the beginning of the story? He never went on his journey?
It's almost like premonition. It's like he dreamed of it, and that just eventually became what happened.
Yes. But his faith and determination were conveyed to the Dendroarchon, so she blessed him in the form of a dream.
Paimon understands where you're coming from now. That's a really interesting connection. But we really gotta wake up soon, like the sage in the story.
All right, now that Nilu is aware of it, this dream should be over soon.
I see. Well, it just so happens that today's Sabzerus festival is almost over
Oh shit, are we getting a dance? No one can stop us. We've rebelled. We've rebelled, ladies and gentlemen. Ugh.
Since we're in a dream,
Lord have mercy.
let's make this final dance of Sabzerus as beautiful as we can.
I've been waiting for this for many moons. Please dance your heart out. Okay, this is a sequence, yeah. Let's go! My god, it's almost... See, this is why I thought she was the, goddess of flowers.
I dedicate this to our god, the dance of Sabzerus.
Ah. So good. Yo! What a jam! Dude, this is too good. Oh my god. Oh, the dreamscape's going away. We're returning to normal.
I'd be lying if I said I had no regrets. I would have loved to see Nilu's dance.
Aww. Oh my god! What a great sequence! Wow. What an incredible Archon quest. Ah, perfect shot right there. Shit! I can't believe that. She got to see it after all. No.
Oh, good morning,
No!
Traveler. Oh, Paimon feels like she's been asleep for the
I can't do this again. I don't want to do this anymore. I swear to God, I can't walk down this street again. You can't make me. Good morning, Paimon. Hopefully for the last time.
Paimon's head feels super heavy. Did we oversleep? Do you even remember going to sleep last night?
Dunya's out in the real world, though. What's gonna happen?
Paimon thinks it was after the Sabzerus festival. The Sabzerus festival!
We're gonna miss it! Look at that face.
Have we finally escaped from the Sabzerus Samsara?
I remember now! Let's go!
Quick! Take off your Akasha terminal!
Break it! Step on it right now! At the end of the dance, I think I saw... Quick, let's go see Dunyazad. Yeah, we fucking booked it. Oh no.
She's not in her room. What happened?
Let's go to the oh god, the usual spot. The bench. Hoyoverse, you can't keep getting away with this. Wait, okay, never mind. I have to go down the other road. I hate this road so much. Also, what the fuck is Catherine doing here? And she's alive!
Well done, Traveler and Paimon.
We fucking called it in the fucking trailer! We said Nilu would be talking through Catherine, that's why they were back to back! Also, it's fucking weird, I was not expecting to hear Nilu's voice.
And thank you, Dunyarzad, for organizing the Sabzerus festival for me.
Dude, she's alive!
I'm sorry, who are...
Dunyarzad!
Let's go!
Oh, don't scare us like that!
Holy moly, wait, is this real life?
Oh, a Traveler, Paimon. I have something amazing to tell you.
It's so weird hearing Nahida's voice out of Catherine's body.
I just had a dream, and I saw Nilu performing the dance of Sabzerus.
Dude, that was like Inception, a dream within a dream? Wow, that's how it ends?
You're actually Nahida, aren't you? Paimon felt like Catherine was acting weird when we met at the Sabzerus festival. And Dunyarzad, did you save her?
She did say that she was going out to do something in like the other spaces.
It's a really long story. We shouldn't disturb her. Her consciousness is still weakened. Let's chat somewhere else. How about by the Traveler's favorite bench?
Why is it my favorite bench? Oh, that means we gotta walk over there! God damn it!
What's going on? Why are you two so excited to see me? Hasn't it only been a night?
It's been a nightmare.
It's actually been much longer than that.
Jesus.
Oh? Strange. Was I really asleep that long?
God, she's fucking alive. She deserves it. She deserves to be alive and live her life. I swear to God, we'll find the cure for Elazar before we're done with this, before we go to Fontaine, I hope.
Let's talk about Dunyarzad first. It's such a relief that she's all right.
After we parted on the last day of the Sabzerus festival, I left the city and saw what the Traveler had described. Among the countless dreams, I found one that was growing fainter and fainter. This proved my suspicion. Once Dunyarzad could no longer bear the Akasha harvesting her dreams, her consciousness began to dissipate. But this also meant it escaped the Akasha's control. Such a small fragment of consciousness can't last for very long, though. It will return to its original dream, where both will gradually fade until they completely disappear. I used all the power I had to keep her dying dream alive as long as possible.
Aw.
But it still wouldn't have lasted for much longer if it hadn't been for you two breaking the Samsara.
So it looks like we did manage to save Dunyarzad in the end. Not a moment.
Oh my god, it was a miracle.
Huh? Why are you two smiling so happily? I thought you'd be so moved that you'd start crying. I need to spend more time observing human emotions.
We were pretty much fucking raging earlier when we thought she died.
Both are fine. Everyone reacts differently.
All right. You two must have a lot of other questions for me, right?
Jesus.
After all, you saved my faithful believer. As your reward, I will answer any and all questions.
Alright, about what I saw in the dream at the Avidia Forest.
At the Avidia Forest, there was this incense that made the traveler fall unconscious.
Yes!
And dream of a huge tree and a red sky.
Yeah, I wonder how close to reality that was.
You also heard someone's voice, right? It said world and forget me.
Yeah, so you do know. We've been wanting to ask you what that was about, and if the red sky was related to Conria.
Does she even know what Conria is? She was born after that.
It seems like the traveler established a connection to Irminsul. That was a message left by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's residual consciousness in Irminsul. Perhaps her last memory before she died.
Yeah, I always thought that that was Greater Lord Rukkhadevata talking, and not Lesser Lord. Some people thought it was Lesser Lord.
As you two probably know, Greater Lord Rukkhadevata disappeared after the disaster in Conria. The timings of these events do line up, so your suspicions are reasonable.
Disappeared.
A message from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata? We thought it was from the Scarlet King.
The Ain al-Ahmar thought that was the Scarlet King.
The Scarlet King? That god who died even longer ago?
Oh!
Some present-day desert dwellers still worship him. You probably just heard some of their conspiracies.
Oh, damn, he died before?
Okay, so what does the message mean?
Forget about me, live your life.
I still haven't managed to decipher it. Even the Akasha isn't currently capable of doing that. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's residual consciousness in Irminsul seems to be contaminated with something that has a very dangerous aura to it.
Some abyssal filth going on.
Many devoted scholars go mad as soon as they connect their consciousness. I've warned the academia about this many times, but people still keep falling victim to it. But I believe this is the key to saving Irminsul. That's why I've kept trying to decipher it.
So the tree in the vision was Irminsul? Oh, Tainari also said that Irminsul is sick. Is it because of the contaminated consciousness?
What if that has anything to do with the withering, maybe?
But even if you can't figure out what that vision was all about, it seems like our search for you was all in vain.
The traveler wasn't affected after coming in contact with that consciousness. I've never seen anyone like that. With you here, we may have a chance at deciphering it. No, we must decipher its secrets. I've already eliminated all other factors that might affect Irminsul. This is the only one left. This puzzle has life and death at stake. It could determine Irminsul's fate, as well as Tavat's.
Jesus, the entire Tavat itself? Why do you look like Catherine? It's because she's a freaking puppet, and I can control the dreams of a puppet.
To be accurate, I'm using the Akasha as a medium to occupy Catherine's consciousness.
Bro, I said that shit when we watched that trailer.
How did you do that? Poor Catherine. Does this mean you can also occupy other people's consciousnesses?
Oh, Paimon, she's not a person.
Theoretically, I can enter anyone's mind as long as they're wearing their Akasha terminal.
Oh, that makes sense, actually.
The Akasha is the legacy of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. As Lesser Lord Kusanali and the first Akasha terminal, my consciousness has always been linked to the Akasha.
She can just basically hostile take over anybody she wants.
I've always respected my people's free will, so I've never actually occupied their consciousness. When necessary, I just borrow this bionic Snezhnayan puppet.
Confirmation! If you didn't already know! This is the first time they've ever, confirmed it in-game, I think. Outside of, light evidence. But fucking finally.
Hold on. Did we just learn some deep, dark secret? So Catherine is...
Yeah.
No wonder Paimon felt something was off about her.
You ever notice that there's one at every location in the 7 nations so far? Or how she says error and rebooting? That didn't throw you off?
What about your own body? Why do you need to borrow other people's? Don't you live in the sanctuary of Surasthana?
Define live.
That story begins a long time ago. After Greater Lord Rukkhadevata disappeared, the sages found my newly born self and took me back to Sumeru.
Newly born self. How were you born, though? I almost wonder if you were born from Greater Lord.
At that time, I was young and weak. The sages kept me in the sanctuary of Surasthana, ostensibly for the sake of protecting me. But I've hardly heard from them since.
Yeah, they still think that about you.
However, I do understand that they had hoped to find Greater Lord Rukkhadevata instead of me, a symbol of her passing.
So, the sages basically put their new Archon under house arrest? How dare they! Why don't you teach them a lesson, Nahida?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, just pop off.
In some ways, they aren't wrong. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was omniscient and omnipotent. Even after her death, the Akasha is still empowering this nation.
You gotta grab it by the freaking reins. You're the new leader.
And I'm still really far away from being able to call myself the God of Wisdom. Moreover, the Academia is also more proficient at governing this country. My existence has little meaning.
Not at all. Look at this. This place is going to hell in a handbasket by the end of this Archon quest. To me, you're already an excellent Archon.
Yeah, you got a lot of believers. Just look at the Sabzerus festival. Everyone who showed up truly loves you.
Thank you for the kind words. But I honestly don't need physical freedom as long as I can connect my consciousness to the Akasha.
I mean, it'd be nice to have both.
Trying to find a way to save Irminsul is my life's mission and top priority. I will work on that, and try to live up to being a deity in the meantime.
She's like, you know what? There's more important things than being a god.
Every once in a while, I will also take up the duties of the God of Wisdom and enlighten a lost soul here and there. Doing all that should be enough.
About the sage's plan. Yeah, what the hell are they mass-producing dreams for? Like, what is this nonsense?
There's never been any big problems with the Academia's governance of Sumeru.
Yes, there is.
This is the first time I've seen them step out of line.
It's hard for you to see, like you're trapped in your room all day.
I wonder what caused them to go down this path, and what they hope to achieve.
I feel like it's more the Fatui and Dottore. It's almost the exact same situation as Scaramouche and Signora. They were plotting stuff behind the scenes, and it wasn't until that third act, that second third act, that you realized that they had their hand in the cookie jar.
Even though the city's residents haven't noticed anything strange, if the Traveler hadn't broken the Sabzerus Samsara, the situation could have become dire. I tried to do some investigating in the Akasha, but I couldn't find anything suspicious. And all the people of interest seem to purposely avoid wearing their Akasha terminals. I think they're deliberately trying to hide something.
Oh, that reminds Paimon. In Gandharvaville, there was a sage who had invited Tainari to join some kind of...
Oh yeah, that's right. Yep.
Could it be related?
Regardless, I need to first investigate the sage's motives, make things right, and punish them if needed.
I really like this shot.
But I'll have to be discreet, or they'll see me coming.
No one has realized the issue with the Akasha?
You mean how the Akasha stops you from having dreams?
Yeah, it's been such a long time. No one's noticed something's up?
It's not that no one noticed. It's more like no one cared.
Yeah.
Ultimately, it's all rooted in the sage's misdirection.
Misdirection?
Yeah, the sages are basically revering the fact that you don't dream as like a sign of maturity and intellect versus like what it actually stands for. Meanwhile, they're like, let's harvest these for our nefarious plot.
The sages convinced everyone to believe that being unable to dream is a sign of rationality and wisdom. Not dreaming is a badge of honor in Sumeru, even if the truth is that their dreams are being reaped by the Akasha.
They created the device to spread that propaganda in the first place. They created the Akasha system to then claim that without dreams, this is actually a good thing, which reinforces more people using it because it's a badge of honor in the region. So it's kind of like, you know what I mean? It's like they basically did that purposefully.
With their propaganda in place, the sages can maximize their use of the Akasha to facilitate their research. Besides, Greater Lord Rukkhadevata must have created the Akasha in the hopes that it could be used to its full potential. That's why I've never come out strongly against this.
Yeah, I guess Greater Lord Rukkhadevata created the Akasha as like a hub of like knowledge. I think the Academia created the terminals.
Anyway, the perspective advocated by the sages drowned out any voices of doubt. By now, even those who never use Akasha terminals find it too shameful and embarrassing to talk about their dreams.
No dreams in this region, okay?
Got it. I hope my answers were satisfactory, seekers of knowledge.
We'll have more for you later.
To be honest, maintaining Dunyarzad's fading dream took a lot of mental energy. I think I may need to rest for a while. Oh, and you don't need to worry too much about the sage's activities for now.
Oh?
The Akasha won't be able to conduct another project on the scale of the Sabzerus Samsara in the immediate future.
I was just thinking about that earlier. I was like, what's stopping them from doing this again? And it's just the fact that we know how to crack it. Instead of us going through the loops and the hoops to figure this out, we literally know how to like break out of it again.
Go and get some sleep. Leave everything to us.
What a relief.
Happy birthday!
This is truly the most exhausting birthday I've ever had.
Jesus, dude. That's funny too. All of this was a birthday ploy.
Traveler? Paimon? Why am I here? Do either of you know?
Maybe you were sleepwalking. You know you can't wake up a sleepwalker.
Hey, good save.
We happened to walk by, so we thought we'd wait for you to wake up.
I see. Huh.
She's
I
rebooting.
should visit my maintenance personnel sometime. Oh, I'm fine. I better go. Thank you.
At Astra Abyssosk. That was an incredibly entertaining Archon quest. Something that's never been done before in the game thus far. I really appreciate how entertaining they made it, despite it being a loop, a constant loop, but with more information, it just kept things more and more exciting. At least for me, this was really cool way of seeing how the writers are expanding and changing their approach to Archon quests, right? It's not just go in the city, solve the day, okay, move on to the next quest. Like, we learned a lot more about the whole dream situation, which was like a big mystery point of like, oh, well, why don't people dream? And we know a lot more about the Akasha, and we know a lot more about Nahida as a result as well. So they gave us a lot of exposition, they gave us a lot of reveals, they gave us a phenomenal character in Dunyarzad. I'm really happy that she didn't actually die. They played up the emotions with all the cutscenes that you saw of us, or the flashbacks that you saw of us interacting for the first time, and even seeing like her ghost, an image of her at the Sabzerus festival. I'm also really happy that I was following it to an extent. Like, there were some points where I fell off and I was like, I have no idea what's happening. But then there were some other instances, like even chat, like you guys mentioned, how I noticed that the Padisaras weren't there in Act 1, and then they were there in Act 2, which was pretty incredible. That's like a really good attention to detail, especially by that point. I just didn't know it was gonna be Nilou because they basically exempted her from the entire quest line, except for the very beginning, during the first sequence, and then the very end when you find out that it's her. That was a nice misdirection. I like the fact that I was able to follow it. There were some things that I called ahead of time, but there were a lot of things that I didn't know, so it kept things exciting for me, and hopefully for you guys too, watching my thoughts on it. Yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys had fun. I hope it was entertaining and enjoyable, and just overall, I hope you guys have continued to enjoy my journey through Genshin Impact. I'm very, very excited for 3.1. Seems like we're gonna get some more knowledge on the desert. We now know that the Scarlet King died long before Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, so that kind of flushes out a timeline of sorts as to like the sequence of events that the gods died in. We don't really know yet about the goddess of flowers, if she died before or after as well. But yeah, thank you guys all so much for watching. Thank you guys for the support. Thank you guys for following the stream, for sharing the content both on YouTube and on Twitch. This was great. This was awesome. The next quest is going to be a doozy, so I got to prepare for that.